Hello everyone, can you hear me? I just want to test my voice is good or not. Could you hear me? Could you hear me clearly? Okay, sounds good. Just make sure my voice is adjusted. Good. Okay. Hello everyone. I think it's time to start. My name is Xue Qin. I'm a GA of this class for you. And start from this Monday, I will do the tutorial of the labs for you. And if you have any questions, you can answer. You can send me a message here or send me the questions by email. When I start, I will share my screen, so I cannot see your message. So during the tutorial, if you have any questions, you just feel free to turn on your microphone and speak out, let me know, okay? So now I will start to share my screen. Can you see it? Okay, that's good. Okay, let's start. So I already access to the campus-based computer with my account. So how to do this, you are already familiar with that in the last lab tutorial. And I think you do not have any questions about how to access to it, right? So let's start. For this lab, because we're already familiar with the Wireshark packet sniffer in the last labs, and actually the basic tool for the observing the messages exchanges between the exciting and executing protocol entities is called a packet sniffer. So we already know how to use the Wireshark to capture the packets. So this lab, we will try to use that to investigate the protocols specific on the HTTP protocols. So we will do 4 parts. First one is basic get response interaction. And the second one is the conditional get and response interaction. And the third one is how to retrieving the large HTML files. And the last one is retrieving the HTML files with the embedded objects. So if you, I think all this message information will already be covered in class by the professor. You can go back to the chapter 2, the PowerPoint page 19 to page 45, and to review it, and the textbook section chapter 2.2. So now we already connected our computer lab at the campus. We will start with the first part, the basic HTTP GET response interaction. So first, we will open the browsers. Anyone you can pick you like. You can choose this one or the Google Chrome. This one. Yeah, either one works. I prefer to this one, so let's open it. And then we search for the Wireshark. Yeah, we can see 2 have the wave signal. It means these 2 are active. So we can pick this one. Actually, the Ethernet is a weird connection. So this one is much better stable. So I prefer to this weird one and instead of the weirdest connection. So that is why if we go to the campus-based computer, it should work. It should work better than the home computer. So we choose this one, that is all the packets from this computer will pass through the Ethernet interface. So that is what we want to capture the packets here. So we can see we have different packets from different protocols. Because this lab we just focus on the HTTP protocol, so we can use the filter to do the HTTP. So make sure you it is clean, should be better. So let's start it. Yeah, and wait about 1 minute. Then we go back to our browser. Just double check my history is clean. Yeah, it is better. Now we started the first part, part 1. So we should type in the website information. This is the first file we need for the first part. That is a file 1. Actually, that is a HTML file. So we can see the Wireshark now for the HTTP that is empty. When we click the enter press enter. Yeah, you can see just one single line information here. And we go back to the Wireshark. Actually, for the package we got, we can see there is a get message and there is a response message. And we can see the status here. So we can focus on these 2 packets. Actually, we already know that for the get packets, that is from your browser to the website, which is gaia.csumass.edu website, the web server, and the response packet is from the server to your browser. And from the content, the packet header details window, we can see they have the last one is HTTP. Actually, HTTP is in TCP, and TCP is in IP, Internet Protocol. And that is in the Internet, and then an Ethernet frame. So we can get all the contents of this. And we can use we can see the right point, the triangle that shows there's some undisplayed hidden information. And if one change to the down pointing triangle, that means all the information is already opened, displayed. Because this lab, we just focus on the HTTP protocol, and we can hide this and focus on this part. From here, we can see they have lots of information details included. The last notified date, and the version and the status. Also have some content length and the content type. And file data. Also from the Internet Protocol, the IP part, we can get the source address and the destination address. So just to make sure, the IP, the source and the destination in the get and the response message are different. Yeah, when you practice at home, you can figure out all the informations included in this package from the package header details window. Yeah, when you do your handling report, you will be asked to answer some questions, and that is not hard. Most of them you can find it here. Most of the answers you can find it here. So one thing you should do is make sure when you do the report, you take a screenshot of the Wireshark, included the listing window and the header details window. both screenshots and use some highlights or mark. For example, like the circle or the point with color something on the side, and to let me know. Yeah, the first one is easy. You just focus on these two. So one, did you send the get message? Sorry. And one, did you get your response? And they have the numbers and the time, the source address and destination address. That's it. So any questions about the first part? If there's no question, we will go through the second one. So now we can stop. So the second one is conditional get response interaction. This one you should remember. Very important thing is when you start it, you should make sure your browser history is clean. Yeah, make sure there's no history here. I just try to open another one. Yeah, it's clean. Okay. Okay, start a new Wireshark capture. Then we type in the second file. Because we already cleaned the history, so each time you should type in. There's no memory here. Yeah, this is file 2. The only difference is files 2 for the second part. So we see the Wireshark we already cleaned, already restart. And now we do the second one, we press the enter button. Now we get 5 lines. The text information about the second file. Now we go back to the Wireshark. See, we got, here is a get message, here is a response message. But then we can do the easy to retype the file 2 information, and or you can just easy to press the refresh. Let's see what happened. Well, we got another one. What's the difference between the two? The first one, we got a response. We got the text. And the second one, because we just simply press the refresh button, and all the text, all the file we got has not been modified. So we got different status code here. Let's see what's the difference between these two from the packet header details window. Yeah, we had this on the left, the HTTP part. So we can see the information we got, the version, and the host, and the language. So we can see if there is any information about the modified or not. To see the second one, for the get message, need everything we got from the second one, HTTP contents. So you can compare with the first get and the second get. What's the difference in this content to answer the questions for your handling report? And the response, also we can see the information here. Yeah, you can compare these two. I think not only the difference in the status code, there should be some other difference between the two. So you can practice and figure out the difference and answer the questions for the second part of the handling report. Okay, for now, any question about the second part? So if there's no questions, we will start to do the third one. Okay, next. And sorry. Yeah, the very important thing is you should make sure your history is clean. Yeah, we start it. Okay. We type in the third one. Only difference in the files. It's file 3 for part 3. So the workshop is empty now. so we can press the enter button. From the browser, we got long HTML files, much longer than the part 1 and part 2. Yeah, messed up. See for the TCP. We have any other things we can get here. Oh, there's much more. Okay. Open that back to the page. I do not have the pen. Just type it. Okay, sorry about that. I just tried to restart my Shark. Okay, sorry about that. Let's redo this. Yeah, make sure the history is clean. File 3. Yeah. Start. Do that. Oh, sorry, maybe I did it wrong. Typing. Make sure you type in the exact correct address. If anything you make a mistake, you will you cannot go to the get it. Yeah, I think I can make correct here. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, see. I'm making wrong stuff. Workshop, yes. Okay. Yes, not here. So started. Yes, and I think I corrected it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that is what we need to do. Yeah, we got it on text file. It is much longer. Now from the workshop part, we can see so far nothing happened. Just get the acknowledge message. Yeah, when I practiced at home yesterday, yeah, it happened sometimes. It doesn't work well. So we do it. Yeah, if you practice at home, yeah, sometimes if you make a mistake or if you do the second time, or yeah, sometimes you got the package is not what you want. Or maybe we can try another step. Let's see. Sometimes be careful for the typing. I made mistake, so that is why you should redo it. Make sure the history is clean. Yeah, so now we got it. But there's a little bit difference between the requirement and my results. So because for the third part, focus on is retrieving long documents. Because HTML, we got it here, the view of the rights. This is much longer. It is considered a long HTML file. So when we send the get message, because the file is very long, so it cannot be sent and by just one TCP packets. It should be separated by several multiple TCP segments packets, and after the get message, there should be some TCP protocol segments shows here, and each one contains different information. For example, some of them should have the status code, and some of them have other informations. It should be some TCP followed by the get message. Then we can get the response. I'm not sure what happened because I practiced at home for several times. It happened the same results. I just get the get message and the response message here. There's no TCP followed by the get message. That means I think that is not long enough. It can be just single send and get a response. Didn't separate by several segments. If you practice at home, it depends because I already asked the professor. He said he tried in his computer. He got 4 TCP separately segments packets after the first get message here, and each one have a different information. I think it should be indicated by the sentence in the information here says TCP segment of resemble PDU. That means this is part of the packet. It's a segment. It should be shown in the information part here. Because in the earlier version of Wireshark, it used the continuation phrase to indicate this is a segment. But for our version, I think it's updated. So it should be just a TCP segment of some PDU information here. If you practice at home, you can get some segments information here. I'm not sure how many you can get, maybe 3, maybe 4. So when you ask the report of the third part, you will be asked how many get request message you send, and how many TCP segments you get here, and how many. That means how many you get here. That means how many segments were needed to carry the single HTTP file. Yeah, and you also will be asked to answer what is the status code phrase in the response. Yeah, maybe you can find here. Yeah, it's 200. Okay, and in your part, you practice. Maybe when people have different answers. So when you finish the report, I will read it based on new screenshots. So you just do it in your computer. I prefer you also go to the campus-based computer like me and practice, do the screenshots and the information of the packet header in details window, and the highlight marker to show me. I graded just based on new screenshots. Just to show me what you get and what you answer. That is enough. Any questions? Okay, if there is no questions, I will finish up the third part and continue go to the last part. Okay. I just prepared 2 days browser, so let's back to it. Clean history. Always you need to do that. And capture, stop, and restart new one. Okay. Then we do the false one. Sorry. Yeah, only difference is the file 4. Yeah, double check it correct. Yeah, okay, it's good. Then Wireshark is empty. We press the end button. What we got from the browser? We got the HTML file information, the text part, and also we got two image files. We got three parts here. So let's go back to the Shark. Stop it. Okay. So we can see we get the get message about the text file, and we get a response. Then we got the get message about the first Pearson.png, the first image file, and also we got the response of this image file. Then we got the get message about the second image file, the cover page image. We also got the response. So it shows here it moved permanently. I just double checked because from the browser, we can see the picture, right? That it means it already successfully retrieved and displayed. It just from the HTTP address. Check. It's not removed to different websites. It just removed from this. Or it just remove HTTP. Okay, I can show you here. It's just removed from before this image was in this address, but now it is removed to this address. Yeah. What's that mean? Only difference is here. Before it was in HTTP, not with the S. But now it removed to this address with S. S is secured. So yeah, we don't need to do more about this. We just know it. So there's no influence for you to finish the pending report, answer the questions. So you just focus on, yeah, the first one was successfully got the response, right? In your report, you will ask some questions like how many get response, how many get message did you send? So from here, you can get this answer. And for this two image, you can think about the time, the number. One, the first one, get message was sent. When the response message was got. For the second message, image file, when the get message was sent. and one, the message, when it got the response message. You can find the numbers to answer the questions. Is seriously or is parallel? And yes, I graded the report based on the screenshots you provided to me. So anything you got from your workshop practice, make sure you do the screenshot clearly, include the information of the listing window and the information about the package detail, header details window, if that is required. You just provide you screenshot and show me where did you get the answers of the questions. If the answers you got based on your screenshot, and your answer will be graded as correct. So because different people from different computers will get different answers actually. Yeah, all the informations about the get message you can see from the part of the packet detail, header detail window, HTTP protocols. Yeah, all the informations are included here, helps you to answer the questions of each part of the report. You just practice, keep practicing, and see what kind of information you can get, and how does the workshop work for the packet capture. Any questions about the last one? Okay, if there's no questions, I will close it and stop sharing my screen. Sorry about that, because today is my first day to do the tutorial. Something happened, for example, if I did the wrong spelling about the address and try a little bit more times to show the workshop for you. Yeah, while you do the practice at home, maybe you will meet the same situation with me, made a mistake and redo it. Just make sure every time you just want to start to redo it, you should clean the history of your browser. That is very important. From the second part, I think the first part is okay. Second part and the third part and the last one, this is based requirement. You need to clean the history of your browser, then you can capture the packets correctly. Yes, I double checked that for with the professor that the first lab report and the second lab report, what I did today, both of these two are due the same day, February 3rd. Is the last day. Yeah, the same day, the due date the same day. So I just want to remind you, make sure if you you finish your handy report and submit to the Blackboard with the screenshots. every question I ask screenshots. Doesn't matter what you get from the screenshot. Just show me what your screenshot looks like and how did you use the screenshot of the questions with highlights, colored, or mark any method or tool to edit your screenshot pictures and let me easy to understand where did you get the answers. I will grade it based on your screenshot. There's no just one answers for the report. Different people have different answers. Any questions? Okay, another thing I would like to tell you is from this Monday, I will do the tutorial of lab for you. I will try my best. Actually, I didn't do very well today, but I will do much better next time. If you have any questions, you just turn on your microphone when I sharing my screen because I cannot see a message. Or if you have any questions after the lab time, you just send an email to me. I cannot tell you exactly the answers of the report, but if you have any questions, not specific one, I can answer you general. And for the homework, I think the chapter 1 and the chapter 2 homework was posted on January 21st. So I will post the answers on the Blackboard 2 weeks after that. So should be February 4th. This Thursday. I will post the answers, solutions of the chapter 1 and chapter 2 on the Blackboard. And I hope I think you already start to do the homework, right? For the chapter 1 and chapter 2. I think not so hard. Just try your best to answer the questions before I post the solutions. Because that is very helpful for you to prepare for your design. Most of the questions, if you do yourself, you will fully understand the information the professor provided in class. Fully understand the PPT, right? Slides. So make sure you answer your questions yourself before I post the answers. And also, I will do the tutorial of the homework chapter 1 and chapter 2 next Monday during the lab time, February 8th. Yeah, firstly, in that lab time class, I will first finish the lab tutorial of the lab 3. Then, if we have time, I will go through the tutorial of the homework chapter 1 and chapter 2. So if you, I will go through most of the questions. But if you have any questions, you can send me email before I do the tutorial. Then I can prepare for it and answer you in class. Yeah, make sure the due date. Yeah, the February. The report of lab 1 and lab 2 due February 3rd. And February 8th, we have tutorial of lab 3 and also the tutorial of homework chapter 1 and chapter 2 at the evening lab time. And I will post the answers of the homework chapter 1 and chapter 2 on this Thursday, February 4th. So before the tutorial, you can go through all the solutions and prepare yourself first. Yeah, I think that is all the things I will cover. I should cover today. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, sounds good. No questions. Okay, if there's no questions, I will end up today. Thank you for coming. And yeah, if you have any other questions, you can send me an email later. I will answer you as soon as possible within 24 hours from Monday to Friday. Thank you very much. If no questions, I will stop recording and say goodbye to everyone. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. If there's no questions, you can leave.